Okay, so today, by now you should have turned in your worksheet from the hydraulic and pneumatic worksheet. If you haven't turned that in, get that in today. Let's actually, we need to connect to our Hello, Stapleton. Okay, so today you should have turned in your, by today you should turn in your hydraulics and what's the other word?
Pneumatics.
Pneumatics, thank you. Hydraulics and pneumatics worksheet, and you should have done one little experiment with simple hydraulics. And we're going to start today on our advanced arm project. So you should have received an email with the advanced arm worksheet on it, which I'm going to open up right here somewhere. Where is it? Here it is. So hydraulic arm, that's what we want to look for. So in the hydraulic arm build guide, that's what we're going to be looking at here. Let's turn that on so you can see it here.
Can I get my worksheet to you tomorrow? I forgot my notebook at home. It's got all the answers and stuff in it.
Yeah. Okay. So here is our hydraulic arm build guide, and essentially it's just instructions on how to build a hydraulic arm that will lift something up. This is not necessarily what I want you to build. I want you to build something like this, and this is a very simple one, and I will actually give you the advanced hydraulic arm as well. So you have this, actually I'm not sure if this, looks like this might have both of them in it. Yeah, this does maybe have both of them in it. So the standard one, or the basic one, just moves up and down and has these kind of pinching arms, pinching things here so you can pick something up with. And they give you all the details on how to kind of do this stuff. Of course, like I said last week, I did not give you the same materials that they're using in this particular project. So you have to improvise a bit. You have to change the design or use the design as just a guide, and then decide how you're going to make it work. They do have some tools in here that I think that I included in all of your kits. For example, the reamer, which will allow you to make a hole that the dowel will fit through and slip through so that the dowel will rotate. In some cases you want your dowels to rotate through something. In some cases you don't want them to rotate. And so you have to know that. Also, we've included a lot of different other materials. The slide stop material, for example, is included. So if you have something rotating, but you want the arm that it's rotating on to not slide out of what you're making, then you put this the yellow tubing on it, little piece of the yellow tubing. So they give you lots of ideas on how to use the materials they've given you. And in their experiment, they're using lots and lots of dowels. Again, something that I did not provide a lot of. And so you're going to have to improvise. You're going to have to design something using the materials that you have, and go from there. Now, the one thing that I'm not sure if I gave you enough of that you might need more of is the syringes. And so once you've made your design, which you should do by probably Wednesday or Friday at the latest, but you should have a design worked out so that you can say, I need more of this kind of syringe. You should have a couple of each, a couple of some of the syringes, one of some of the syringes. You need to tell me which ones you need more of. Remember that on the power end of your hydraulics, you probably want bigger syringes, and on the control end, you maybe want smaller syringes. In the end, what you need to do is you need to be able to build a hydraulic arm that can reach out and pick up a tennis ball. That's going to be the requirement for this arm. So you should be able to place a tennis ball on a platform within, somewhere within maybe 10 inches or 8 inches of your hydraulic arm. And your hydraulic arm should be able to maneuver to that position by turning and going up and down and maybe stretching out a little bit, and then pick up that tennis ball. And I should be able, and I want to get from you at the end of this project a project logbook that includes all of your design process, all of your design paperwork, drawings, charts, lists of materials, the process that you went through to build, pictures of it when you were building it, pictures of it when it's done, things that you had to change after you tested it and it didn't work or you wanted to make it work better, whatever. All that information in a day-by-day kind of diary. This should take on a journal kind of format, not just a list of things. It shouldn't be a paragraph written of things. It should be in a diary or a journal type format where you write down the day and the time that you're working, what you did that day, and include the essential information from that work day so that I can go back and recreate your project. At the very end of it here, let's take a look at what they've got at the end. At the very end of it, they've got their fully built simple hydraulic arm here with control. They've got control syringes here, and then they've got the working syringes here. Notice they have a small syringe on the end where their pinching hands are. You probably won't need to have pinching hands to pick up a tennis ball. You can probably build some kind of a little sledge or scoop that will just slide under the tennis ball. Probably just two little arms poking out that would slide on either side of the tennis ball. And when you lift it up, the tennis ball would get trapped in there. And that's probably your best bet so that you don't have to go too complicated. However, you still do want to have the option of probably rotating the arm and moving the arm up and down and moving it out a little bit. So you want to have those design criteria met. They also talk about using some different tricks and tips. If you're having things that are sticking, you can use a little bit of glycerin, or you can use a little bit of dish soap or hand soap. Makes a pretty good lubricant. And also in here they talk about bleeding the lines. When you're going to probably use water or maybe some vegetable oil or something like that for your hydraulic fluid. Water will work just fine, just in case you're wondering. But you want to make sure you have all the air out of those lines. If you have air in the lines, it will affect how well your hydraulics work. So they talk about how to bleed those lines. Anything else that I can think of? I can't. I did send you this hydraulic arm. I think I did. If I didn't, you need to email me so I can if it didn't come through to you. But I will also send you the advanced arm one. So the advanced arm one is a bit more advanced, obviously. And it has a component on it that we would consider. And that is, it has a rotating base on it. So they build a base that rotates and then they use a syringe, a hydraulic syringe to do the rotation. So something that you want to consider putting into your design. So you're going to want to read through both of these things. And I thought that I got both of those. Yeah, I think I got both of those too. Let me check my email. I'll check my email really quick here to see if I got both of those to you. And then we'll move on here. I can't remember exactly what I sent at this point. So let's take a look at sent items. Where are my sent items in there? So I sent to, so I sent, that's the fluid power one that I sent. It doesn't look like the other one I ever sent. I could have sworn I sent it. But I will send it today, then I'll send it right now. But I don't know if it'll send right now. Let me check to see if I can send this right now. Doesn't look like my engineering 1000 list is going to come up. So I have to go back to my computer in my office to send that. But I will send it today. I'll send both the standard ARM instructions and the advanced ARM instructions. And you guys should get started. Now I'm going to, if there are no questions, I'm going to end our session today so that you guys can get started. You should start first by starting a logbook. And as soon as you start that logbook, then you should start researching the designs that I send you. Now, one of the options that you have for doing a logbook, that's quite a nice option, is to go to Google Documents. And I think I showed you this once before, but let me show it again. To enter Google Documents, you need to go to Google and then go to Google Drive. So let's actually go to Google first. So here's Google. Just go to Google and then go to the More section here. More. And then go to, doesn't have it. It doesn't have it. I don't know why it doesn't have it. Under More here, there should be a thing here that says Drive on it, and I'm not seeing it. I don't know why. Let's go back to the main page of Google. And I'm already signed into here. But what you're going to do is you're going to look for. Dang it! Where is it here? Why is it because I'm signed in? Maybe it's because I'm signed in. Maybe I'm going to sign out. Sign out. Oh goodness, let me sign out already. Alright. Why won't it let me sign out? This is really obnoxious. Alright, let's try again. Let's go to Google. Let's just type it in this time. Alright, so it says that I'm here, and I want to sign out. How do I sign out? Oh, you just click, there we go, sign out here. So there we go, now I've signed out. And if you search something in Google, whatever, then you should be able to go here to More. It still doesn't have it. Why doesn't it have it? Okay, so I'm going to just search for Google Drive. Just go to Google Drive, just type in Drive into Google, and it takes you to Google Drive. And here it's got several options for me to sign in because I have several Google accounts. But you can actually sign up for a new account, and all you need is an email address. So here you're going to go down here to create an account if you don't have a Google account. Create an account, you'll need an email address. Doesn't have to be a Google email address. And then you can sign up for it. Once you've signed up for it and you get into Google Drive, then it's going to take you to a little page that looks like this. Let me sign in here really quick. If I can remember my password. Try again. I have to try all kinds of different permutations till I get it right. Yeah, there it is. It's going to take you to a page that looks like this, and essentially this is your document library where you can make documents and share documents. And you can come over here and you can create a document, or you can upload a document, bring one from your computer into Google Drive. When you hit click Create, just go down here to Document, and it'll create a new document for you. It's called Untitled Document. You can go up here to the top and title it and call it My Logbook. And you can call My Logbook for the ARM project, or My ARM Project Logbook, or whatever. And you should probably put your name on it so that I know whose logbook it is. You'll press OK here, and it puts the title up here. And that's My Logbook. And then you can start it off. You can start off with your name, Jared Daly, and say Logbook for example, whatever project it is. I'll just put example now. For example, project, right? And then maybe you'll put in Engineering 1000 Fall 2013, right? And then today is November 18th, so I'm going to put 18th of November, whatever date and format you want to use. 18th of November 13, I'm going to put down the time, which is, what is time, 11:20, right? 11:20 a.m. And maybe I'll put down here that I'm the one making this entry in case I have a teammate that I'm working with in some project. And then I'm going to say we are starting research for our hydraulic arm, or whatever, right? And then I'm going to go and do the research. So after a while, I'll come back to my logbook and I'll say, Google results. And I'm going to maybe write down 3 of the Google top results, maybe. 3 of the results that I thought were useful and that we're going to use. Google top results, I'll make a list, put, maybe popular mechanics, had a cool thing, or whatever. Somebody, maybe paste in the website, because you can paste things here from your Google website really easily. So I go back over here to Google and I paste a website in here so that I can click on the website. Let's actually do that really quick because it's very instructive here. We go to the scientific method science buddies, right? So I just go up here and I click on the website, I copy it, I go back to my logbook, and I'll put in my list here, I'll put in that website. And now when somebody reads this thing, they can actually click on that and go straight to that website. And maybe while I was searching for this, I searched for images, and I found an image that I like, that I want to put into my Google logbook. So I click on an image, and I view the image. That's the best way to do this. And then I can right-click on the image, and I can just copy the image. I press copy here, and I go to my logbook in Google Drive, and I put the image down here. I can actually paste the image in, and it'll put the image in to my Google logbook. So now I have that image in there. And you can, take a picture of your project and post it in here. You can do so many things in this thing. But the great thing is that right up here, you'll notice it says all changes saved in the drive. It automatically saves changes that you make. You don't have to worry about saving it if your computer crashes or whatever. It'll save it as long as you're online. If you're not online, it will save it it will keep it on the computer, and you'll have to get back online to save it. But as long as you're online, you're good to go. Then, when you want to turn this into me, all you need to do is go up here to share and click on the share button, and you can share it with somebody else. For example, you type in my password, or not my password, but my email address, and it'll send me an email saying they want to share this document with you. I'll click on it and I'll go look at the document, and then I can see your document. And if you have any project partners working with you, you can share with them, and they can change it if they want to, or whatever else. So you can decide who wants to change things, who's allowed to change things, who's allowed only to look at it, and you can post it to the internet. So for example, if I wanted to post on Facebook or on Twitter or whatever else, you could share it that way, and you can also invite people to be a part of it. It's a very useful tool, and I guarantee you that you will probably be using this in your later life, something like it. So, get started with your logbook right away, and then get started on your research. Go look at the papers that I'm going to send you an email today. Look at those right away and start working on your design. Because by Wednesday you should have a design and know what materials you need, so that you can send me an email with any extra materials you might need, and you can get going on this project. We only have till Thanksgiving, so we've got Wednesday, Friday, and next Monday, and we're done working on this project. After Thanksgiving, we're starting on something new. You're more than welcome to work on it over Thanksgiving break, but just know that you probably won't. Most people don't get much done over Thanksgiving break. They're usually too busy playing football or watching football or eating food. So, that's what we've got going for the next week. We're working on this project. I will send this stuff off right away as soon as I get in my office, and you will have that available to you. Anybody have any questions on what we're expecting for Wednesday and for this next week? Any questions there in Stapleton? All right. I will send this off to you. You're off and running. Make sure that you get your logbook started right away and keep a complete and thorough record of what you're doing.